Penguin Random House Canada presents The Snow Line by Tessa McWatt. Read for you by Laara, Sadiq, and Roger Dunn. For my brother and sister. Time passes, time does not pass. Time all but passes. Time usually passes. Time passing and gazing. Time has no gaze. Time is perseverance. Time is hunger. Anne Carson, Red Dock. In astronomy or planetary science, the frost line, also known as the snow line or ice line, is the particular distance in the solar nebula from the central protostar where it is cold enough for volatile compounds such as water, ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide, and carbon monoxide to condense into solid ice grains. Wikipedia. Arrival. 4 wedding guests disembark separately from the Dhauladhar Express at the Pathankot train station in the state of Punjab. Yosh, the yoga teacher, arrives a day before the others from Vancouver. He has come reluctantly to work for tourists in the country he vowed to leave behind once and for all 5 years ago. His father is a millionaire in American dollars now, but many in India have not forgotten that his family was once deemed untouchable. He grips one wrist nervously. Monica arrives from Toronto with maps and pink fingernails. She buys trinkets and garments, souvenirs to fill her spacious suitcase, ignoring her shrinking bank balance. She has not yet told her family the truth. As Reema steps off the train onto the platform, she searches for her Indianness, something that might be bred in bone or skin or song, because she left this country before she could speak. The text messages from her Scottish boyfriend arrive with a dissonant ping in the Indian soundscape. She places a hand on her hip. And then there is Jackson, knees brittle, a coin he has carried for 54 years tucked into his shirt pocket. As he sees Reema's hand fall from her hip towards her thigh, a crack splinters in his memory that lets dread through. Unknowingly, Reema has brought with her a key that fits the door he had once locked tight. With only one task left to complete, he leaves the train station with strange whispers in his ear. The stratosphere is dust and water, as well as particles, oxygen and nitrogen, so small that they are imperceptible. They make the sky blue. From here it's all one shade of blue, but there, remember? There, all the colors seem separate, individual, the way the sky over the Himalayas has to stand back so as not to be pierced by the snow-capped peaks. Perhaps that trick of light is responsible for Jackson's blindness all those years, in fact for his whole life, and perhaps the slanted light accounts for Reema's fortitude. No. During those few weeks, snow and fire felt composed of the same chemical elements. At a small train station, in a town called Pathankot, 4 people with unrelated desires arrived for a wedding. Weddings are mirages. These 4 had no idea they would climb a mountain together and see different things from the top. 1. Jackson is as light as paper. Here, on the lawn chair in the garden that looks out over the Maharana Pratap Sagar Reservoir, he stares down at his legs and notices flakes of skin on his shins like moths in their final twitch. His once hairy, muscular calves are now scales on bone. He examines his socked feet in the leather sandals that Amelia told him never to wear with socks. Forgive him, Amelia. Music rises in the distance. He glances towards the reservoir. The water is languid, the way it is on Long Pond Lake, but this is a man-made body of water, hedged by mango and mulberry trees, not pine, not Massachusetts cedar. He listens. The wedding procession approaches. The music grows louder, and an echo bounces off the wall of the dam at the far reach of the reservoir. Jackson wipes his brow. He raises his hand to shield his eyes from the sun, and the dam winks at him. He knows the wizardry of hydroelectricity. He has been an engineer on projects like this on many rivers around the world, over decades in service to British and American engineering firms, but he has never before considered their acoustic drawbacks. He cups his hand over his ear as he stares down at his feet again, deciding he must release them from their cotton and leather cages. Wicker chairs have been arranged on the lawn, and some guests are sheltering from the sun beneath the thatched roof veranda as they watch the revelers approach the compound's gates. Dancers make their way up the road towards them. The crowd of extended family around him, women in blue, red, yellow saris, and men in embroidered sherwanis, clap their hands, and some whoop with excitement. Servers stand waiting, their uniforms crisp in the sun. He raises his damp foot. A horn buppaws, bells tinkle, cymbals shiver, and Jackson wipes sweat from his cheek where there is the smell of jasmine. He slides his left foot out of the sandal and leans over in the chair, closer to the tree with heart-shaped leaves that make shade over his shoulder. He yanks at the sock to just come off, damn it. Patience. Okay, Amelia. He peels little by little, squinting as the sock reveals skin like casein on milk. Dancers enter the garden, the women leading the band like conjurers come to rescue him. Tall, white, English women, one who reminds him of his mother from a photo of her when she was young, are among the Indians, their arms flying as high as the Bharat dancers, their rhythm no less precise. All of the women have bells on their ankles, tiny cymbals tied to their fingers. Their brocaded lenga skirts hang heavy in the heat. Drummers beat their dhol faster than the horns can keep up with. The women stomp their feet. Jackson examines his own foot, the fungus-yellowed toenails and the swollen, veined ankle. This ankle, for a man of 86, is really not too bad. Another horn buppaws across the garden. He looks up to see the groom approaching on horseback behind the dancers. Jackson fixes his eyes on the bells at the women's ankles, tuning into their pitch into a high-frequency vibration of the India he has known since he was a very young man, the India where he remains foreign. The horse snorts and shakes its head. Amelia would never have let him wear socks or go without a hat in Himachal Pradesh in March, but Amelia now watches from out there. Perhaps in the afterlife, toenails grow long, clear, and unfungused. Amelia's in the jasmine, the horse's tail flicking small reminders to him. Don't forget to wear your sunscreen and never, ever hork in front of the wedding guests. Please, dear Jackson, because you'll embarrass me. We've known the bride's family for decades. The dancers hop up and down, their hands in the air. The drums beat faster. A horn calls out. The recorded singing answers from a speaker positioned at the entrance to the garden, where a cement wall separates the retreat from the small village perched at the end of the peninsula. The horns blow in double time, and more people jump, up and down. He inhales. He is woozy with jet lag and droopy like the thin-hanging pods of the laburnum across the garden. The shape of the leaves at his shoulder reminds him of sweets he missed as a boy when their family left England for Canada.
I can hear the color green, I whisper to the boy next to me in the field with the others from our class. He pays me no attention. This Calgary boy is tall, and I know him only in my lies to my parents, who believe I have made my first friend in Canada. I repeat myself in case he hasn't heard. Green, I hear green, isn't that... But the boy's friendship remains only the lie that saves face. I will never be popular like my brother.
Jackson touches the leaf at his ear. Just come back, Amelia. He picks the leaf and examines it. Yesterday, As the bride, Jyoti, welcomed him to the garden and then took him on a tour of the retreat, she told him,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?